Hello friends, today I will discuss the 4-point starter. Here, first I will cover the construction, then fundamental equations of DC shunt motor, which is also applicable to the compound motor. Next, operation of the starter, applications, disadvantages and advantages. So let me consider first the construction of the 4-point starter. So in case of 3-point starter, the problems whatever we encountered, they will be overcome in this 4-point starter. That is, here the field winding is directly connected across the supply, whereas the no volt coil is connected in series with a fixed resistor across the supply. And also here it consists of a brass arc. So why we call this as 4-point starter, why not as 3-point starter or a 2-point starter? The reason being, these 4-point starters have 4 terminals coming out, and those 4 terminals will be connected to the motor. So we call this as 4-point starter. So the points are L, A, F, and this is LA. So this L is connected to the positive terminal of the DC supply, and A is connected to the armature of the motor via the starter resistance. Then here this is called the over voltage release or OLR coil, and this is the soft iron which carries a triangular soft iron, and this is the spring which always tries to act in the anti-clockwise direction so that the lever is in the off position. And this is the brass arc. This is the 4-point starter starting resistance. So they have it will have the several tappings. This is stud 1, stud 2, stud 3, so up to stud 6 we have. And this is the lever which carries the soft iron like this, and this is called the no volt release coil, and this no volt release coil is connected in series with the brass arc, and the other terminal of this no volt coil is connected in series with a fixed resistor like this, so that it always draws a fixed current and is connected across the supply. Whereas the field winding is also connected across the supply, but it is independent branch from the no volt coil. And whereas this starter resistance is connected to the armature one terminal via this lever, and the return path of the armature and the field winding return path and this rheostat return path are connected together to the negative terminal of the DC supply. When this lever touches this stud 1, we say the motor is connected to the supply. when the lever moves and reaches this position, we call the lever reached on position. So if we observe properly here, there are three branches which are connected across the supply, which are parallel also. So brass arc, no volt coil and starter resistance. Brass arc, no volt coil and resistance means a fixed resistor like this. This is the brass arc. This is the no volt coil connected in series, and this no volt coil other terminal goes to the fixed resistor, so which we are calling this as resistance here. This is one path connected across the supply. Similarly, another path is brass arc, shunt field winding are connected in series, and that is combination is in parallel with the supply. There is another path, that is starter resistance plus armature are in series, and the combination is in parallel with the supply. So we can say the voltage across this branch and across this branch and across this branch will be same. So in the 3-point starter, we observed that the variable resistor is connected in series with the field winding, and that is also in series with the no volt coil. Whereas here that no volt coil is no more in series with the field winding, it is in series with a fixed resistor. So the current flowing through this is always constant as long as the input voltage is constant. So coming to the fundamental equations of the shunt motor, you can see here the back EMF for a DC motor is nothing but 5Zn by 60 into P by A. And we know other than flux and the speed of the motor, rest are constant. So we can say EB is equal to K into phi into N, where phi is the flux and N is the speed and Z is the number of conductors of the armature, and P is the number of poles and A is the number of parallel paths, 60 is the constant. Similarly, so when we apply the voltage equation to this circuit, then we get the voltage V is equal to, so we can say speed is equal to V minus IaRa divided by K into phi. We can also say the armature current is V minus Eb divided by Ra plus starting resistance. So we can say the speed of the motor is inversely proportional to the flux and directly proportional to the V minus IaRa. So at the beginning, Eb is equal to 0 and Ra value is less. If the starter resistance is not connected, the armature current is going to be very high. To protect the motor from the higher initial current, so we have to add a starter resistance called RST. Once we add that to the armature resistance, then we get the current that flows here is going to be less even the EB value is 0 at the beginning. But once the lever is moved from the starting to the on position, then automatically the motor attains the proper speed and back EMF also produced. As a result, the numerator reduces and the current drawn by the motor also reduces. So limited to a rated current, so that the motor is protected from the unwanted currents flowing. So coming to the operation of the 4-point starter, we have We have the DC supply here, and this is connected to the terminal L, and that goes to this overload release coil like this, and this overload release coil is connected to this arm, and this arm carries the soft iron keeper, and this is the starter resistance. So when the supply is given, and if you move this arm from left to right slowly, it moves like this, means it touches this brass arc and also it touches this resistance. So once it reaches this position, the current that is flowing through this no volt coil makes this no volt coil get magnetized, and that magnetization will make this soft iron to lock in this position. Then suppose the supply is suddenly turned off due to some reason. In that case, the current that flows through this no volt coil becomes zero. Once the current becomes zero, it loses or it becomes demagnetized. Once it demagnetized, then it cannot keep this soft iron in this position. So in this, instead it loses the control over this soft iron. So here the spring will bring the soft iron or the lever back to the off position like this. Similarly, suppose motor is overloaded. In that case, so more current flows from the supply to the motor. If the current flowing is overload current, then this overload release coil get powerful magnet that will attract this soft iron upwards. Once it moves upwards under running condition, then the terminals of this no volt coil going to get short circuited. Once this coil is short circuited, the voltage available across this will become zero. Once the voltage across this will become zero, then automatically it will get demagnetized. Once it get demagnetized, automatically it releases the lever, and the spring will bring back this lever back to the off position, so that the motor will be protected from the overload current. Coming to the application, so this can be used for compound motors and also for DC shunt motors, and it can be used where we want the more torque and also constant speed. And the advantage with this is, so the no load coil always draws the fixed current, so that it will not face any problem to get magnetized under normal working conditions. So coming to the disadvantage, so this starter is costly